from Adarsh Power Tree. I'm also part of a group called Solid Waste Management Roundtable. We have been working very hard in Bangalore to get solid waste management going. Right now, Bangalore is generating about 4,000 tons of trash per day. 4,000 tons, that's almost 1,000 trucks, about 150 trucks of waste, huge trucks per day. And all we're doing with it is transporting it from point A to point B. So we're spending about 1 crore per day for transportation. And where are we transporting it to? It's going nowhere. It's just going to all the villages around Bangalore. It's completely ruining the villages. You might have heard of Mandur, Mavalipura, Binjipura. These are all villages that actually had farms. In fact, Mandur was a village that was selling mangoes and grapes. Not anymore, because we sent our urban trash to Mandur for the past 10 years. And there are hills of trash. Mandur is not too far from here. You can go visit Mandur anytime. Hills of trash that are, they kind of look like Nandi hills. They put mud on the trash, looks like a hill, but unfortunately all this trash has been seeping into the ground. It has completely contaminated their groundwater, their soil. There is a lot of methane being released. So Mandur kids, Mandur people were really, really affected. They had vomiting, diarrhea, skin infections. I mean, they were drinking toxic water. So the Mandur folks protested and they said, no more, you guys keep your own trash. So Mandur closed down, Mavalipura closed down. Guess what? Now we're trying to find another village to destroy. So that is not the answer, but here's the other thing. Not all our trash is even going to all these villages. If your kids study in any of these schools, Primus, Prakriya, Greenwood High, Oak Ridge, all these schools are in the outskirts with plenty of open space around. Most of our trash is also going there and getting burned. So if you go to Chiknaikanahallി, there used to be a much bigger dump. We reported to the police, we reported to the media. They have closed those dumps down, but you know, your vendor, if you don't have a good vendor, is just going to keep scouting for open sites to dump your garbage in. Unfortunately, that is not the solution. It is extremely hazardous to us, to our kids especially. And we are running out of space to dump garbage. So if you've heard of New Koramangala or New Indranagar, these places are near the landfills. So you'll see a landfill one day, the next day it will be all flattened down and saying, oh, pristine sites for villas. Yes, we're literally building on garbage. So we, a bunch of citizens came together and said this is not okay. We filed a PIL, a public interest litigation in court against the BBMP saying this is not okay. So High Court mandated that segregation of waste at source is required by all residents, all commercial properties in Bangalore. So every single person is supposed to segregate their waste at source. It is a criminal offense not to. You can get penalized if you're not segregating your waste. Why do we say segregate your waste? Once your waste is mixed, it is not a resource anymore, it is a hazard. But if you do segregate your waste, what we found that on a daily basis, in a household, you do get only 3 types of waste. You get your organic kitchen waste, which is almost 60% of your waste, your kitchen and garden waste. Then you have your recyclable waste, which is about 35%. All your paper, plastic, everything else is your recyclable waste. And then you have only 5%, that is your sanitary waste. Your diapers, sanitary napkins, bandages, anything hazardous, broken glass, syringes, all of that would be your hazardous waste. Most of the houses don't even have that waste. So it's just 5% that doesn't have a destination. So what happens to these 3 streams of waste? Your organic kitchen and garden waste can be composted, can be converted to biogas. If you know that our earth is not infinite, it is a finite place. We are running out of soil. Farmers are running out of soil. So we can give back to our farmers by composting our kitchen and garden waste. It creates beautiful compost, which is extremely rich in nutrients. A lot of you might already be composting in your houses. And then, of course, your recyclable waste. India is a country that recycles everything. Yes, you could be throwing your waste on the road, you'll immediately see see rat pickers coming and trying to get the best out of it. Obviously, that is not the solution. We want to give these people clean and dry waste. So the recyclable waste, that is 35%. Once you actually sort it out, keep it in your bag, it goes to a secondary sorting center where it is again sorted into 30, 40 different categories. Your rat picker on the road will know a lot more about all the types of waste than we will ever do. He'll know exactly how much that little bottle cap will cost. So what do you as residents have to do? Very simple. Your kids have learned segregation or sorting right in kindergarten. That is the first thing they teach the kids to do. They give them a little box and they say, put all the green in this, put all the red in that, put all your triangles in this. So that is sorting. So when we say segregation, people immediately think, oh my God, I have to put my hand in the trash and then I have to start doing all of that. Absolutely not. It is just about throwing the trash in the right bin. So how do you do that? Let me just show you. So every resident will be getting 2 bins and a bag. Why is it color-coded? Nobody speaks the same language, especially not the powder karmikas. You go to somebody else's house, you need to know where to throw your trash. So why is color coding important? Just so everybody knows exactly where to throw the trash in without somebody having to go and repeat this whole thing over and over again. Color coding is a standardized color coding system. The powder karmikas will immediately recognize the type of trash when they do the pickup. So in your green bin will go your kitchen and garden waste. Absolutely no plastic trash bags. Plastic trash bags, there is no recycle market. Your kabadi wala will not touch your smelly, stinky plastic trash bag because it is too expensive for him to wash it and resell it. He much rather buy virgin plastic. Virgin plastic polymers made out of petrochemicals, they much rather buy that than recycle your dirty, smelly trash bag. So trash bags, what happens is they just pile it all up and light fire to it. Is it okay to burn trash? Absolutely not. It releases dioxins, furans, benzene, phthalates. It is very, very hazardous. We may not see it today. We will see it 10 years down the lane, especially our little kids. Actually, we're already seeing it today. Asthma is increasing in Bangalore, not only because of the dust and the vehicular pollution, it is also because of burning trash. So burning trash is absolute no-no. So for your green bin, this can be easily washed. It's a small 8-liter bin. Put your wet waste directly into this bin. If you do eat non-veg and you think it's going to smell a lot, a small piece of newspaper at the bottom, or wrap your non-veg bones and fish and things like that in a newspaper and put it in here. Newspaper is okay, a little newspaper. So all your kitchen and garden waste, bones, eggs, eggshells, leftover food, all of that should go in this bin. What should go in this? Food waste. Right? So if you drop a little biscuit packet, where will it, not biscuit packet, a little biscuit that you don't want to eat anymore, you throw it in green. Very good. That's the reason. See, even a little kid will know what to do. So any leftover food, your kitchen scraps, go into the green bin. Absolutely no plastic, because yes, plastic is not biodegradable. It takes thousands of years. Everything that goes in here should be compostable. Big difference between biodegradable and compostable. Compostable is something that has to immediately degrade within a couple of days. Biodegradable, yes, everything is eventually biodegradable, but how many years is the question? So anything compostable goes into the green bin with just a small piece of newspaper at the bottom. Absolutely no plastic liner in the green bin. And then you have your bag. This is for all your clean, dry, recyclable waste. Paper, newspapers, plastics, tin, glass. What we would suggest is when you're keeping out your bins and bags outside the door for collection, keep your glass separately, just so it doesn't break. So glass is also considered recyclable waste. So if you have a broken toy, you would put it in your bag. That's right. It's not food waste, right? It goes into this. Now, yes, it has to be clean and dry. 2 reasons. One is you don't want to start messing up this bag very quickly. Another reason is this bag, like I said, goes to a secondary sorting center where somebody manually has to separate your waste. It is not okay for you to put leftovers into this bag. Please put your leftovers into the green bin. Yes, so if you have a chips packet with chips in it, empty the chips in here, put the chips packet in the bag. Simple. Milk covers. Everybody's going to be, oh my God, it smells, it's stinky. Put your milk in your vessel. Cut open the milk packet, like a book, how you cut it open. Leave it in the sink. When your maid is washing all the other dishes, this will automatically get washed. Same thing with curd packet, same thing with your butter packet. Cut it open. If there is excess butter, wipe out that excess butter. That extra paper can go into your green bin. And then the butter paper can go into the dry waste bag. As clean as possible, but you don't have to waste too much water or soap. Like I said, cut open your dry waste. Even if it's like those chutney packets and sambar packets, turn it upside down or just cut it open, leave it in the sink. It will get washed when you're washing your hands. That's simple. But yes, it has to be dry. You don't want to start putting your wet recyclables in here because you will be putting your paper in here. Once paper is wet, it's not recyclable. And then of course you have the red bin. Red bin is for your reject waste, sanitary and diapers. Please wrap them in newspaper. Again, no paper, no plastic liners in the red bin. Wrap them well in. Now there could be adults wearing adult diapers. What we would suggest is the adult diaper. Any excess bodily fluid, please put it in the flush. Then wrap it in the newspaper and then put it in the red bin, because yes, there will be people handling your waste. As simple, that's about it. Now, these bins, I'm sure most of you already have dustbins and you want pedal bins and all of that. What we suggest is you can actually put this little one inside your pedal bin. It will work just fine. Every morning, Sonali can tell you the time before which you need to keep your bins and bags out. So I think your organic waste and your reject waste will be collected every day. So you can keep it out every day if you like. Your recyclable waste will be collected about 2 or 3 times a week, twice a week. And she will let you know when you can keep your recyclable waste out. So every morning, before your housekeeping starts collecting, please keep your bins and bags out. And you don't want them sitting and ringing the doorbell, because they'll have to do collection for more than 100 flats, and it's just going to waste their time if they have to sit and ring doorbells every day. As simple as that. Now what we would also suggest is for your electronic waste. Electronic waste is hazardous, especially bulbs and tube lights. Wires, batteries are hazardous. We would suggest to keep it safely in your house and have a quarterly electronic waste drive. So every 3 months, you could set up a separate area for just a week and have your manager or your supervisor just man those bins and have people drop off bulbs, tube lights, wires and any other electronic waste.
Broken bulbs will have to go into the rejects, right?
Broken bulb will have to go into the reject. Please make sure you do not break bulbs and tube lights. They do have mercury, which is volatile and toxic. Please make sure that you wrap your bulbs and tube lights well before disposing them. So what we would suggest is don't ever get rid of your packaging, your bulbs and tube lights packaging. As soon as you get a new one, put your old bulb and tube light into the packaging of the, the new thing. So that way it's safely stored.
Broken glasses, broken bottles and that?
Broken glasses, all of that, keep it separately wrapped in a newspaper next to your red bin. And then so your housekeeping will know that that is hazardous. If you have a lot of broken glass, please call your housekeeping separately and then hand it over to them. We don't want them getting injured because of our waste. So even things like razors and all of that, wrap it well in a newspaper, just so somebody, if they do put their hands in your bin, shouldn't get injured. We've actually seen a power karmika. Power karmika is a person who actually collects waste, a WBMP power karmika, who's lost her finger. Because, yes, that is what all of these people do. They think they know that there is a lot of value in our waste. As soon as they take a plastic bag, they open it and start rummaging through it. So it is very, very sad that people are trying to make money out of our garbage when all we have to do is put it into the right thing and hand it over to them. So that was electronic waste. Medicine waste. Right now, syringes and things like that, yes, it would have to go into your red bin. But if you can get in touch with any, there is Maridi. I can talk to Sonali about that later, but I think that is the next step. So the first step, three-way segregation, and then the next step would be your e-waste collection drive. And then we can talk about medicine waste later.
The expired ones?
Yes, that expired. So here's the thing. So if you do have tablets and things like that, if they're just tablet sheets without any tablet in it, it can go into your dry waste. So even if you have bottles that are empty, it can go into the dry waste. If there is medicine, please do not pour it down the drain. That water is going to come back right to us. We don't want to be taking, so if you've heard of all antibiotic resistance and all of that is happening because people are throwing antibiotics into the water and causing these superbugs. So please do not pour medicines down your toilet. It would have to go into your reject.
With the whole thing?
With the liquid, yes, with the liquid. Like I said, if you guys are all ready, what we do at Adarsh is we have a separate medicine drive and we hand it over to Sakra Hospital. And Sakra Hospital gives it to Maridi for incineration. So one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
Right now we'll throw it in the red bin.
In the red bin.
The reject.
Yes, it is reject. It cannot be recycled. Anything that cannot be recycled does not have a value. Would go into the dry waste. But the thumb rule is this. You do not decide whether it can be recycled or not. If it is safe, if it is dry, it can go into the bin. A lot of things like your kurkure packets unfortunately don't have a destination right now. People are still trying to find a destination because they're multi-layered packaging. You have plastic, you have tin, you have paper. It's extremely difficult to remove all of that. But in spite of that, we say put it in the dry waste bag. There might be a destination for it. May not be now, maybe 2 months down the road. So even thermocol, for instance, yes, put it in there. Any questions?
Like tins, already used tins, those
Tins will also go in here. Just make sure that the edges are not, so when you open the tin, you usually have the tin cover open. Push it down so it doesn't cut anything or anybody.